Hey everybody, it's been a long time since I had a last video, but circumstances and situations have changed, so let's explain. So, new digs. Title of the video here is obviously new digs and updates on everything. The old house we were at, we ended up moving out of, and we found another place to move into, so I'll give you a little brief tour slash what we're working on and what's happening with car stuff. So here's my dad's 244. He's in the process of doing a motor swap and Mega Squirt 3 and a Turbo 350 behind it, and we're going to start working on this here shortly. He's gathering up the last of his pieces. So over here's a fresh cylinder head for it, ready to go, and he's just ordered a bunch of gaskets and seals and everything to put the motor that's on the stand back there, which we'll walk back to and look at here in a second. So he's going to work on this. So I have lots of videos coming, lots more videos coming, and lots of different projects to work on. The gray 244 I've been daily driving. I had to, because the red car, the front suspension is so bad that in the rain, the camber, because the ball joints are shot, the control arm bushings are shot, the rubber mounts that the sway bar goes through are completely like disintegrated and gone. The struts are shot, the springs are cut. The chassis has over 600,000 miles on it. I don't know how often the front end was kept up with, so the car's rusty. We'll go look at it. I'll show you. It's coming off the road. That's going to get completely redone. I'm going to build a rotisserie for it that picks up the two posts that stick in the back bumper and then go down, put on some wheels and some jacks, and then that way I can rotate the body around. But I'm going to replace all the rust, cut the quarter panels out, pull the quarter panels. I don't think I'm going to go as far as widening the car, but we'll get down there to it. So the 244 I've been driving. This I just had to do a head gasket on because it was full of milkshake, some wonderful chocolate slurry in the overflow tank. So I just did that. So we'll go back to the other garage here. And as you can see, there's lots of parts yet. We're still in the move-in process. That's why it's been taking so long. And the snow that we got absolutely destroyed everything. And because we were moving, and we knew we were moving and had to, we didn't really have the time or the ability to pull a car partway apart and then have to try and transport it. So here's 242 and the other garage, which still needs massively sorted. Some upper areas have been built to store stuff, but we're just, the way we had to get out was just get stuff and get it to the new place and sort later. So we have stuff everywhere. But we went from a farmhouse type building or house with a 4-story barn and 2 or 3 other outbuildings plus a 2-car garage to a house with a 2-car attached and a 3-car. I guess you can call this a 3-car. It's really shallow. There's not a whole lot of room to work up here. So I think what's going to end up happening is like our toolbox and all of our other major equipment is going to be kept over along that wall with the bench here, and then that hole is pretty much unusable. Maybe a motorcycle or something, but so it's pretty much going to get down to a 2-hole, and then this car is going to go up on a rotisserie, so to replace all the rust and body panels and stuff. I brought this car, the 242, in here last night and started to tear it apart because I need the transmission out of it. The AW71 in here is a good one. It only has 120,000 miles on it, so it's young, it's fresh. The AW71 in the 244, the gray car up there, that is, I went through an AW70. I toasted that because I put a 15G on it and turboed it and all that, and it didn't last very long. The transmission I put in after that was an AW71, but it had been sitting outside and it was full of water, so that got pulled right back out. Put another AW71 in it, and now that one is starting to slip. So that one I think had 260,000 miles on it or something. I need to just learn to rebuild these things. But so I figure this car's coming off the road anyway to get redone. Why not? steal the perfectly good transmission out of it. So I pulled it in last night and I started to tear it apart, and I came out this morning and started to take more things apart. So this motor should be out today, and transmission, and I might have them separated and everything. So what's going to happen, this is going to get gutted and shelled down to nothing to repair metal. I don't know if you can, obviously, so there's lots. These quarter panels are like shot. You can put your feet up through there. The doors are in good shape. The front fenders are in pretty good shape. This other front fender is going to need some tweaking and some work. This door is okay, and this fender, again back there, you can see through both sides of the ass cheeks. It's open. You can see ground. But I have a bunch of things I want to do to this anyway. I don't know that I'm going to 16 valve turbo this car. I might white block swap this car and do T5. I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet. So first I'm just going to take my time, stitch weld the whole car, strip it down to nothing, and try and do a good job on this one. You know, spend the money and time on proper materials and paint and cleaning and removing rust and just paying attention to detail and trying to make it look really good when it comes out. So, don't know what I'm doing for a power plant. This is a 94 squirter motor that's in great shape. It has some just started to surface rust I'll take care of. The bores, there's no bore ridge. This thing is great. It's ready to go. So, this is going to get regasket, sealed, all that stuff. You know, your flame trap or oil breather separator tube and grommet and oil pan, front cam seal and crank seal, auxiliary seal, all that fun stuff, rear main, head gasket, all the other associated fun gaskets that get to go along with that, which is like $400 worth of gaskets. So that's going to go in the gray car with the AW71 out of this, and a good head. And I have up there, I bought a Bullseye Performance .70 AR hot side exhaust housing for my HX, a Holset HX Super 40. So that's on there and ready to go. So I have the HX 40 set up with the small housing on that motor right there, and then over there is a Pro Turbo header that's going to go on the car. And I have some 65-pound injectors. I have some 100 or 95-pound injectors. I think we have some 120-pound injectors. I don't know what for the power I want to run and everything. I should probably just throw the 95s in, but I don't want to LH 2.4 with all that. So I'll probably mega squirt it. Obviously, it's what I put in everything. Oh, the Mustang's out there. We'll get to that. Here's the motor. This came out of my wagon, which you can see in other videos. I pulled it out, cleaned it up, got it ready to go. This is a 92, I think, motor, big rod motor. Oh, that's another reason the motor's coming out of the gray cars, because it's an 89, it's a little rod motor. But so my dad's gonna letting him take this one and use it, and it's all clean and ready to go. He's just getting gaskets and seals for it. And then this is a 92 also, or 93, I believe, was his 940, turbo 940. So that is what he's going to build on the stand while he's doing this one with good rods and pistons and put squirters in and all that fun stuff. I'll put the bore bits on the gray car. The gray car is going to get repainted. I'm going to go with a dark gray, metallic gray, and I think I might get a Group A spoiler for it from Sweden. And what's up with the Mustang? Since you've last seen it, the exhaust has been modified a hair. I don't remember. It's just kind of sitting here. So the rings are shot. It needs done. I need to redo the rings and bearings. It's just puking oil out the exhaust real bad. So I'm gonna hone the thing. I'll check the bores when I pull it apart, but I have parts coming for it to fix it. And then the exhaust, I don't know if you can see it in there, is now dumping down behind the tire instead of out up here. So I just routed it and clearanced and cut sheet metal and welded new in. so that it dumps down here behind the tire. And pretty much everything else with the car is exactly the same. The only issue, like I said, is it's smoking real bad. And I'm sure I'm losing oil pressure because of it. So I'll throw bearings and gap the rings properly, hone the bores, make sure everything looks good, slap it all back together, and then turn up the wick a little bit. I'll order a water meth kit for it yet too. Tax return money is a great thing. So again, because we moved, here's just piles of parts that we have to build storage for up above yet to store everything. And then we're also, there's a stockpile of tires that we have, but behind that, in that shrubbery that's right there, is a 10 by 10 slab that's already poured, that what we're going to do is build a shed, and then like the outdoor stuff and the yard stuff and lawn equipment can go in there, and we can use that for storage to clear out the garage here. So I think we covered all bases. Dad's black 244 is getting new motor, turbo 350 mega squirt. The gray car is getting that squirter motor over there with the HX40 small housing header, front mount. I have everything to put in it, I just have to do it. And the AW71 out of this. This car getting completely stripped down to sheet metal and up on a rotisserie, and then keep going crazy on this one. I need something to spend a lot of time on. And then Dad's gonna build both of those motors over there, one for putting in just to have fun, and then the other one with rods and bearings, or rods and pistons, and then clean up the garage. So that's the new digs and update video, and there should be more coming now that there's a bunch more stuff to do. So I'm sure I'll talk to you guys now soon.